Oh yeah, so that is kind of Kathryn's time on the show. Obviously, as we all know, her time did come to an end on the show in season 8. Craig was actually just on Watch What Happens Live though, and he's kind of hoping that their door is a little bit still open for her to be able to return in the future. Definitely think that like if she was able to, I think that would be amazing. We did talk last week about the Thomas debacle and how she unfortunately lost custody of her children. In May of 2023. And so she now, it does have some visitation rights, but it's really like, it's, highly monitored. She doesn't really have the ability to kind of like take them anywhere. Like it's very much like constricted. She has kind of seemingly had a bit of a rough go of it after leaving the show, just in general. She's back living with her dad. She apparently started like an OnlyFans, but even then, yeah, but even then there's like, I think that the commitment to OnlyFans doesn't seem to really be there. Like it doesn't seem like she like posts a lot apparently on it.
Okay.
I didn't go onto OnlyFans to verify this, but this is based on what I'm reading on the internet.
She's not posting them feet pics like Larsa Pippen.
Not enough. Not enough to be making $10,000 a day. So yeah, so it does unfortunately seem like there's a little bit of like financial instability there. So we obviously just kind of hope for the best for Kathryn and that she maybe will be able to make her return to our TV screens one day.
That just makes me so sad, especially because I'm rewatching now, and I'm rewatching like season 4 where she's like like just so remorseful for having failed a drug test, and like you see her trying to get like custody of her kids back, and it's so hard to watch. Like I was watching a scene where Thomas actually allows her to do like a photo shoot with Kenzie.
Oh god, yeah.
And it's like so sweet, and they're having such a good time, and then they leave, and like Kenzie tries to go into Kathryn's car.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you have to go, Dad. And then Kenzie starts crying.
Yeah.
And then like Kathryn just like has to walk away, and she's crying, and then she just like breaks down sobbing, and I'm just like, this is horrifying. Like this is so hard to watch. And it's just so crazy that this is like what you're seeing unfold. And at that time she's 25 years old.
Yeah,
like
yeah, she's a baby.
And then in season 5, like she has all the girls rallying around her for the first time, and you're just like, yes. And
yeah,
then
I know.
It's just like, it's just so up and down, it's so rocky, and you just feel for her so badly, because like, unlike Thomas, like, I don't think she's a bad person. I think she's just been through so much.
That's just it. I think she's had like a very like tumultuous like life, especially kind of like in those very like formative 20s years. And it's just kind of unfortunate that things have gone about the way that they have. I even think back to like season 2 in particular. I feel it was really bad because she like so Thomas in season 2 is like running for the Senate because he's running as an independent. He thinks he can beat Lindsey Graham. And Whitney is like not his campaign manager.
Isn't that when he gets like 1% of the votes or something?
Something
it was like
really
sad.
Something like that. It's not good. He didn't really stand a chance. But anyway, so Whitney's kind of like working on his campaign, like helping create like advertisements or whatever. And Kathryn's kind of like there, like they're still technically together, trying to work things out in their relationship, but like it's not good just in general. But on top of kind of everything that's happening with Kathryn and Thomas, Whitney is like, Whitney's like in his like 50s or something. Like he's just like dead set on having like this like massive rivalry with like this like 23-year-old maybe girl, right? Like it's just, what makes you think that you can do that? Like what makes you think that that's a good normal thing for you to do? Like if you're engaging with somebody and you're that upset with them for being like 24, 23, like it's just, and that makes no sense.
Whitney's hatred of her never made sense. And I remember like Craig called it out at one point, because he's like, he thinks that he's like secretly in love with her, and you're like, honestly, maybe. Like
I know, like, I loved that moment of Craig.
Messy Craig, Rinna Craig, as they call him.
So good, especially in those early seasons. Oh my god, amazing.
But yeah, I don't know. And like, I know she's definitely had her rough times, and
for sure,
and
she's not without her faults.
No, and I remember this multiple times too. Like I think it's is it after season 5 when like everyone's rallying around her, and then she just like goes dark and like doesn't answer anyone's calls, and like
that might even actually be in season 5, because Ashley's like very present with the kids, and I think it kind of like gets to Kathryn. She has a bit like of a depressive episode or something.
Yeah.
And like Naomi and
Danny.
Danny, like freak out. So they like go check on her and stuff. And like, she ended up being fine. But yeah, like they were definitely like concerned. And they were also like a little annoyed that she didn't just like answer her text messages.
Yeah, like she's definitely, there's been times where she's definitely been at fault as well. And I don't want to make it seem like it's not,
yeah,
but
like
it's
we're
just
all
like
pro Kathryn.
Yeah, it's just like she was so mistreated by the men and even the women who took the men's side.
Yeah.
Especially just like when you take this scenario of two people who should not be together, Thomas and Kathryn, and like yes, they are both creating a ton of drama that people rightfully don't want to be around.
Yeah.
But everyone gave Thomas a pass.
Yeah. Like
And
multiple times. Like
it was just like
many times.
Boys will be boys. Like he's and even like at one point Miss Pat, like when she's trying to make Landon date him, which we're gonna talk about, and she's just like, I have such a soft spot for Thomas, and like, it takes money, honey. And then like, but like we'll on the same breath just like totally like chastise Kathryn, and it's just like seeing that double standard is so difficult.
I know. Well, and that's just it. I feel like the standard for like men and like being a good dad versus like the standard for like women and like being a good mom. Like to be a good mom, you have to be like 100% perfect, like an actual angel. Like you can't do anything wrong. And to be a man, you just have to like hire a nanny and like be like financially stable. And like people are like, wow, you're such a good dad. I'm so impressed. Oh my God. Look at you go, Thomas. You're killing it, Kylie. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Not a day goes by. Not a day goes by. But yeah, anyway, so that's Kathryn. That's what she's up to these days. So yeah, we wish the best for her, and who knows, maybe we'll see her one day on our TV screens again.
Only time will